Hello, friends. You're welcome once again to another exciting episode of Empowerment Talks with Comfort Convo. And on this platform, we meet people from different walks of life. We listen to their stories. We use their experience to encourage, to inspire, to bless someone, and why not to empower other people. And today I am honored with the presence of two powerful young men, dynamic, and so knowledgeable, who want to show you how, in a 21st century digital world, you can attain both financial and time freedom. So while I usher our guests of honor for today onto the podium, I would like you to use this opportunity, since you are not here with us in the studio, to clap for them. Why not just pump some hearts, some wows, some thumbs up, and if you are on YouTube or on Facebook, why not share, tag your loved ones, share with your friends, subscribe, and click on the notification bell, because we are planning to be here on regular basis to bring more interesting episodes. So as I speak now, please do well to join me, welcome our guest of honor, and with me all the way from the United States of America, I have a young, proud co-founder or founding member of a company, AIIT company called Unpassive. And his name is no one else but Mr. Nji. So Nji, you are welcome to Empowerment Talks. So thank you for accepting our invitation. And on the other hand, guys, it is loaded today in the studio. You just want to stay tuned and listen to the end and take a wise decision that is going to change your life forever. And with me also all the way from Cameroon, I have a young learned man, very diligent, hardworking, prosperous, prospective. Yeah, he is a prospective though, because at some point these two, they will find themselves, they are prospective in one way or the other. And he is a very successful and experienced Antares trader. So I am talking here of none else but our own, my Prince Leslie Fo. You are welcome.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you and welcome. Thank you for accepting my invitation.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yes.
Yeah. So Prince, you meet Nji from the United States of America, and Nji here is Prince. So how are you two doing today? How is Cameroon today? Prince Leslie, how's Cameroon today?
Cameroon is fine. Apart from the crisis, we all know. They say if Yaoundé is breathing, the whole Cameroon is breathing. Yaoundé is actually breathing, though the northwest and the southwest is bleeding.
Okay, well.
That is what is happening in Cameroon is fine.
All right, thank you. Thanks for letting us know. And so from the way you are speaking, it shows that you are actually in Yaoundé, yeah? Are you in Yaoundé? Yes. All right, yes, thank you. Okay, thank you for letting us know. And you, Mr. Nji, where are you speaking from? Where exactly in the United States are you?
Hello, Comfort. Thanks for having me here. Hello, Prince. Good to see you, my brother. I'm in the United States, Maryland, to be precise.
Okay, thank you. Thank you too so much for accepting this invitation. This is a very important moment actually in my life. I'm just so excited that three of us are sitting here today. And I hope that people join us, as many as they can, such that they will take something home. Because there is, even the Bible says it, that people die and people perish because of lack of knowledge. And so if we have knowledge and we don't share with our people, it means that we are still sitting and folding our hands and watch them perish. And I think we will have a price to pay also. So thank you once again. Before we go ahead, I would like you first of all to tell us about yourselves. If you could first, Mr. Nji, tell us a bit about yourself, your professional background, what you do and what you like doing and so on. Just give us enough information that you would like us to know about you. Thank you.
Thank you for this opportunity. My name is Nji. My last name is Aboringong. I am a Cameroonian living in the United States. Living in Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland, to be precise. Yeah. I am a Scrum Master, a safe Scrum Master. I am married with a little girl. Yeah, that's my daughter. Yeah. So I am a co-founder, on Passive co-founder. Something I'm very passionate about.
All right.
Something which I think in the days ahead, I will quit, my safe Scrum Master job, to concentrate on Passive.
All right, let's not go into that because we are going to give you time. Definitely, that's why we're here. You don't need to rush to tell us that. So let's place a bookmark on that. And over to you, my prince. If you could, please tell us something about yourself. Thanks.
Okay. Hi, Mr. Nji. I was not opportune to really say hi to you. My name is Ifeoma Leslie. Most people know me as Prince Leslie, as you see it on Facebook. I'm a PhD student in the University of Yaoundé. I study environmental dynamics and risk, and I specialize in climatic risk. I used to do part-time lecturing in the university, but after some time, I realized that wasting my time on campus with these old people who do not want to leave, I'm wasting my time. So I had to look for other things. Right now, I'm into network, as we're here talking about networks. I'm into Antares. I'm in Mentor 7 in Antares.
Okay, so you are on Mentor 7 on Antares. Yeah. Yes. All right, thank you. That sounds very much. Before I go ahead, I would use this opportunity because, Nji, if I listen to you, well, it sounds like you are one of the newest daddies in town. So congratulations for your baby girl. And
oh, well, not quite new. She was the one on the 15th of April. So,
oh, okay.
Yeah, so not quite new.
All right.
Thank you, though. Thank you.
It's all right. Thank you. They're always new when you know about it for the first time. That is new, though. So,
right.
Yeah, thank you. So this is really interesting. I'm just smiling from molar to molar, and I see the reason. Okay, if we look at the title, yeah, you are here to show people how to attain financial freedom in the 21st century, just from the comfort of their smart gadgets and so on. Yeah, I understand. As for you, Mr. Nji, you are a Scrum Master. That sounds like you are an IT guru and so on, and somebody will find a reason why you are here. So what interests me before we actually go deep into it, first of all, guys, tell me a bit more, so what is OnPassive, Mr. Nji? Because you say you are a proud OnPassive founding member. So just briefly tell us what is OnPassive?
Well, OnPassive is an AI information technology company, which is in pre-launch, which will change the entire internet landscape when it is rolled out.
Okay. So
that is what I have to say about OnPassive as an introductory statement.
There are two things you have said that we would like, Prince and myself and the rest of the people watching you now would like to understand. What do you mean when you say it is in pre-launch? And secondly, it's going to change the entire internet platform.
Well, this company is building its products from scratch.
Okay.
Yeah, so it is not yet launched to the public yet.
Mm-hmm.
So it is still building its products. That's why I say it is in pre-launch.
All right.
Now, why I say it will, take over the internet space when it rolls out is because this company is using artificial intelligence in all its services or products. I will just use products and services interchangeably. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's using artificial intelligence in all its services. So, and I mean, anything you can think about on the internet, this company is building. Anything you can think about on the internet, anything you can do on the internet, this company is building with artificial intelligence from scratch. That's why I say when they roll out, they are going to own the internet space.
Okay, thank you for letting us know. And on your part, my prince, if you could please let us know what is Antares. I hope I'm calling it well. Antares. I think yes. I know this spelling here. Right.
Antares.
Yeah.
Antares is a digital bank. Here, they don't deal with the traditional banking that we have. You take your 1 million francs, go deposit in a bank, and a Bamileke man will borrow, come and build a house, will come and rent again. So what they do here is buying of shares. It's a new way of banking. You go there, it's a buffet. You choose what is convenient for you. You buy the shares and you're given 1% every day. Antaras actually has about 10 different programs on Antaras itself. Antaras is just the global name. We have the Bina Profit team that deals with buying of these shares. It includes almost everything we do, because if you do Forex, for those who are into Forex, you go to Antaras, you rent a robot, and the robot do this thing for you, and you wait for the returns every day. Antaras does that rather than you scanning through the market or going through WhatsApp pages and paying people to do the the predictions for you. You just go there and get this robot, rent a robot. You can rent a robot as small as $20, and you put a smaller capital there, and you get the returns every day. Then we have the union that is, this one deals with staking. You know, the digital world, you have staking and you have the shares. Now, staking is you go there and you choose a particular period where you want to, like in banks, they say you need to drop an amount for this fixed period, like they call the deposit. And they have the account that you can interact with. There are some that you block that I'm not going to use for this period. So you can also do that on Antaras. And I bet you in Antaras, you can get up to 900% of what you have invested in a year.
Okay, so that said, if you're getting, well, you say it's a digital bank. So when you get, for example, you talked about a binary position that you can start with as little as $25, right? Am I right?
No, the minimum under the Bina, because these are different programs. Under the Bina, the minimum is $100. $100. I talk about the robot. The robot has to do with Forex now, where you can rent a robot for as little as $20. And you put the capital there, it can just be $100 too. But this one, you're renting just that robot, but you rent this robot for a whole year.
All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you for letting us know. So how is that the case? Is that the case with OnPassive, Nji? Or are there any differences or similarities with what he is doing? Because we are here to present how people can use the digital space today. It takes only a cell phone and you get yourself financial freedom. And my prince is here to tell us that, yes, with Antares, you can do that. Is that the case? Is it a similar situation with OnPassive?
Well, with OnPassive, first of all, shout out to the CEO, Mr. Ashmu Farah, for giving us the opportunity to come into OnPassive as co-founders. With OnPassive, all it takes is for you to be a co-founder. All it takes is for you to register and secure a membership position as a co-founder. Now, with OnPassive have services. There are so many of them. I'll talk about video conferencing. I'll talk about email marketing. I'll talk about VPN services, IP tracker, SEO services. I mean, anything you can think about that is done online. OnPassive have services. Okay, so with OnPassive, it is 100% done for you. It is hands-free. All you need to do is secure your position as a co-founder. It is hands-free, done for you 100%. I think that is the difference.
Okay.
Between what the Prince is saying and OnPassive.
All right. And if I get you well, because from the Prince's case, when you invest, you see that you invest your money and this money works itself and some profit. Yeah. So if OnPassive, all is set for you and you like you don't do anything but you get money. So how does the money come in? How do you get the money?
You know, let's talk about services like Zoom. We are on a Zoom call right now.
Yeah.
Okay. How does Zoom make money? How does Facebook make money? Okay. How does Google make money? That is how OnPassive will be making money. So you just need to secure your position. Once the company launches, you will be called upon to come out of pocket once again. And that will be one last time. And after that, you know, you have, once you register as a co-founder, you have a back office. Yeah, so when the company launches, you have a wallet in your back office where your commissions will be dripping in and you will be able to control. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. So my prince, you said something equally which was of interest. Right now, you are not only on an terrace, but you have climbed, you have, from something you said, I suspected that you have climbed the ladder because you say you are on M7. Is that what you said? Does that seem like you need to climb some ladders or you need to do something to attain that level? What did you do to become, to attain that position of M7?
Yeah, you know, with the network marketing, the network marketing businesses, all these businesses have the way of rewarding those who have gone so deep into the business. So in Antaras, we have these mentor programs. And every mentor, when you change a mentor level, you are rewarded an amount. From mentor 0 to mentor 5, you are still a learner, basic. From mentor 6 to mentor 10, you are professional. From mentor, you have the coach, as from mentor 10 and above, you are a coach. So they award certificates that you can use elsewhere because it's not just about bringing people into the business. It's about building a network and making the people, those you are bringing into the system also to master the business and do it diligently, because there are so many platforms involved. It's not just Antaras, like Antaras. Antaras has about 10 other CEOs within Antaras because like the robot is managed by a different CEO. The union is managed by a different CEO. So you have the overall now, the guy that created the system and open it up. So there are other programs they are adding into the system. So now when you bring in someone under the BINA and the person gets more interested, or you get interested in the robot or the union because you find that profitable. If you cannot drill that person to that level, you cannot grow in ranks because he himself will be stagnant. So as you're training downlines, as they are gaining positions, as they are climbing, you also you're climbing. So you have a certain level, you cannot go without your capital getting to a particular amount, because the more you grow in the system, I remember when I got to mentor 7, I was given, I think, $1,175. So you see, you also make money while you're climbing. And by the time you get to mentor 6, you know, every network business, they usually have these trips and car award. So Antaras 2 from mentor 6 is from mentor 6. When you get to mentor 6, Antaras give you the possibility of getting a dream house, a dream car, or anything that we dream of. Now, the condition would be, if you want to get this thing in 30 days, in 100 days, in 50 days, if you the maximum is 140 days. Right. If you take 140 days, you may pay 25% of it. Now, what the company requires you to do is, if I want something for $10,000, for example, I just need to drop in $3,000, which is the 30%. Within the precise period, if I'm taking 70%, it means it has to be there for 130 days. Within the 130 days, the company will deposit the 70% of the amount you deposited for you to buy your dream car. So you must participate with 30% and they give you 70%. So that is what mentors, climbing in mentors can give you. So if you're not a mentor 6 and above, you cannot do this. So that's why everybody is struggling to get the mentors.
Okay, so if I get to it is not like a walk in a park. For you to attain this leadership position, which comes apparently with a package, like with money, you need to work for it, like recruiting more people, get people on board, do 1 or 2 things in order to attain the various mentorship levels. Am I right? Yes. Yeah. Okay, all right, thank you. This is good to know. And if I understand you well, I think that it takes something. You need to know how to talk to people, present the opportunity to people, they get interested, they join you. And then as they join, you grow in position until you get into the various mentorship levels. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, if you were listening to my prince, Angie, how do you attain the various positions in OnPassive? What do you do?
Okay, first of all, I forgot to say this. This is something I should have said out of the gate. OnPassive is not a network marketing company.
Okay.
It is not an MLM scheme. That is the first thing we note about OnPassive. So with OnPassive, you are not required to sell or to recruit downlines or whatever they call it to be successful. The company guarantees the success of every founding member. That is the first thing I should have thrown out there. Okay.
It's all right. I think we still get it.
All you need to do is
if I may just chip in something, Ms. Ng, before you get it.
My prince, I would prefer you maybe just take note, because you don't know what else he will say. Then after that, you just take it all at once.
Go on,
yes, thanks.
Okay, so with OnPassive, all you need to do is secure your position as a founding member. You will win. We have a slogan: in it to win it. Now, what you need to do is secure your position as a founding member. Okay, fine and good. The company says, if you are able to talk to someone, if you are able to bring in loved ones, because first of all, the vision of the CEO is to create better lives out there, is to make the world a better place. You know, if you get to attend webinars with the CEO, you will understand exactly what I'm talking about. That is his vision. And with that, that is why OnPassive is given to us at the lowest cost, because with what I'm saying in OnPassive, I bet you people will get in even if you ask them to pay $10,000.
Okay.
Yes. So the CEO brought this to the lowest level just to make sure everybody can get in. So what the CEO is saying, or what the company is saying, is once you come in, if you want to talk to your loved ones, if you want to talk to your friends, if you want to talk to your family, okay, bring them in, and the company will reward you for that.
Right.
For bringing them in. But you are not, it is not a requirement to succeed. It is not a requirement to succeed.
So if I understand you well,
the company builds your team or your network for you using their artificial intelligence. Okay. So you are not required to bring in people, but if you do, you will be rewarded for that. That is the difference between OnPassive and other companies out there.
So if I get you well, it means that if I register as a co-founder in OnPassive, I can decide to go to sleep.
Exactly.
And then on the other hand, if I get you well, you mean that if I choose to bring people to join, I get extra money. Is that what
that is to say? That is to say, let's take example A and B. Okay, A and B, they all register as co-founders. A goes to sleep, B goes to work. You know, B decides to bring in his friends and family.
Right.
At the end of the day, they will all win. But B will get there faster than A. But the bottom line is everybody will win at the end of the day.
All right. Okay. At some point, my prince, when you started speaking, I was giggling because I was like, what is he saying? Because you are a PhD student and you are rounding up. You had this big dream or the vision, like you want this DR in front of your name and so on. And I'm sure your dream was to serve your people. And at some point, because we are here today to let people know that today, the 21st century digital world, you can use or you can attain financial freedom just at the mercy or at the comfort of your digital or of your smart gadget. And at some point, my prince, you said you feel like going around lecturing students and doing all of these things sounds like a waste of time. Do you want to make us think that you make more money on Antares than you would make as a lecturer? And are you assuring people that you can acquire financial freedom through Antares better than you would as a lecturer in a university? My prince?
Yeah, before I answer your question,
sorry, you had a comment to make, which you are allowed to do that.
Something from what Mr. Ng was saying.
Yes.
Mr. Ng, let me remind you that in this century, millionaires are made just from network marketing, cryptocurrency, and e-commerce. Any other thing show me the number of millionaires. I can prove the number of this thing that just Google and check the number of millionaires that network marketing alone produced in 2020. You're going to see that even Dangote, I was in Abuja, I think a few weeks ago, even Dangote cement now, because we have passed that level where the factory, those who own factories used to be millionaires.
Okay.
If not, I always compare this. Mark Zuckerberg is richer than Dangote, that is producing in 14 African countries with petroleum, cement, and all this. Every company, Dangote is using this network marketing, this thing to market the cement because the competition is beginning. You have two categories of consumers. Your company is also recruiting. Do you know why they're recruiting? Because you alone getting and sitting and folding hands, they will not make that type of money. That's why they will not tell you that is because there are a lot of Ponzi schemes in network. But as long as you own a factory, you must do network. Long Reach, for example, is the #1 in Cameroon now. Nobody knew Long Reach 10 years ago, but Long Reach has been existing for 36 years. So we cannot avoid this other side of, in Angeras, if you don't want to do networking, it's not a network marketing this thing. It's just that every company wants to attach it. You put and get your 1% and don't talk to anyone. So if you see us talking to people, it's because there is extra thing you get from the networking side. You have two consumers, those who are selling the product not to consume, and those who are going to consume. So you make money faster. That's why every company is joining that.
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, Prince. And now, by the way, I was not condemning.
Prince,
I was not condemning.
Let's iron this out, and then so that we'll move ahead. Yes.
I was not against network marketing.
Exactly.
It works perfectly. I was just saying on passive, it's not that. I was not condemning network marketing in any way. I know it works perfectly. I know a lot of people who are what they are today because of network marketing.
Exactly.
So network marketing is perfect. It is fine. But I was just saying on passive, it's not the same like the traditional network marketing systems we have.
So it's something totally new in town that is yet to be launched. Is that what you mean? So that said, my Prince, why we are here today, three of us, is to show our people how to attain financial freedom just at the mercy of the cell phone. Because I don't want to quote you a lot, but Prince, I could not stop laughing when I watched one of your videos the other day, because how you present it is so sweet. You want to tell people that it is over with the days when people would stay hours on their phone, posting beautiful pictures on Facebook and on Instagram, because you can use this same phone, the time you would have spent in making pictures and posting out there and make money. And so that's why we want you two are here to share your experience from what you are doing already to encourage and to enlighten our people to know that this is your experience and you are speaking from your experience. So nobody is going wrong anywhere. What we are doing is actually sensitizing our people. So that said, my Prince, I am coming back. Can you now go back to this? Do you feel more comfortable or more financially secure as a businessman, as an Antares trader, than you would feel as a lecturer in a university? You're almost rounding up with your PhD here.
Yeah, I think as a young man, most young guys, by the time you're still struggling to make something for yourself, I think the main aim of what you want to get is have some cash, be comfortable, get a wife, raise your kids well. By the time you see that you have already achieved something by maybe raising your kids, giving them the type of life they would have wanted, at the time now you can start looking about career. I want to do this, not because of money. Or lecturing in the university is very relaxed. That's why you see old people, they don't want to leave. Because you don't do like the secondary school where they pump you 10 hours a day, you come to school every day. But in the university, you may just have 2 hours, 2 or 3 times in a week, you relax. So everybody will want to have that. But at this stage, or the level of Cameroon where you have 300 students graduating with first degree every year, with less than 30 lecturers in that particular department, And these people have been there for this number of years and they don't want to leave. When are we going to get this job? That's the first thing that came to my mind. I said, I can't waste my time here. Number two, looking at what they give them as salary at the end of the month. You meet a lecturer, you look at the type of car he's driving, you begin to ask yourself, if this man has been lecturing for this long and is still driving this type of car, is that how I am going to, is that the same road I want to follow? Those are some of the things that I looked at, and I told myself that this is not what I want for myself. So I started touching here and there, and I found Antares. It's not only Antares that I do. Like I always tell people, diversify. Touch this one, touch. By the time you start getting from here, touch the other one. So that by the time you have multiple streams of income, that financial freedom will come easily. So Antares is just one of what I do, but I trust it most because there's a lot of transparency on the platform. You see almost everything they do. You see what they get from venture capital investment, what they get from shares, what they get from cryptocurrency, what they get from forex. It's very transparent.
And what you are saying here in a nutshell is that you see the cash flowing into your account.
Yes.
And you feel, and it gives you that security, and you're comfortable now that even if I marry me a wife, I will be able to take care of her and take care of my children and so on, with the help with thanks to what you are getting from on Antares. Am I right?
Yes, Antares is actually one of the reasons why it's not just about the platform itself, because these platforms, especially when you see us traveling, like we go out most of the time, it's because when you travel, like I have a mastery of real estate now, because Dubai is the hub for it. When we go out, there are companies that comes to sensitize people on how to do this thing. You can start at a small scale. So the aim is you must have something that will be generating this money, and you see what to do with this money. So when we get this money now, it's the phase of getting that money. By the time we get it, we now know how we can go into maybe this real estate and other stuff. Every country you go, you have something to derive from. That is the main reason we travel from time to time.
This sounds really interesting, because if I hear my prince talking about real estate and sounding like he makes plans, it means that he can get, he's making good money from Antares. So on the other hand, Inji, what I know, you two are just like, wow, because on the other hand, you are a scrum master. I don't know how to call it, but you are an IT engineer. And I know that it's not like you guys bring home bad paychecks. So what is making you look beyond that and wanting and being ready to let go of your job in favor of on passive? What are you intending to get from on? What do you think, what are you expecting to get from on passive that you think is going to be more than what you're getting from your present profession now?
Well, in line with what the prince said, I think we are striving at doing what you want to do, when you want to do, how you want to do it, where you want to do it. And to attain that, your 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. clock in and clock out, it won't get you to that level. That's the truth about life. It won't get you to that level. So we have to diversify. Like the prince rightly said, we have to diversify. We have to look for other means of income. And truth be told, the internet nowadays is where the most money is made. Yeah. So I find the opportunity with OnPassive as an opportunity for me to have enough time to raise my kids. You know, I live in a country where the moment you let your kids loose, believe me, you will regret it. So so I find this as an opportunity for me to have time to raise my kids, for me to have time to not only about myself, for me to have something extra that I can look out to the underprivileged out there. Like he mentioned, I am from Cameroon. I am from the Northwest. So I know exactly, when Prince started, he talked about the Northwest, Southwest. I know exactly what is going on there. I know people have been displaced. I know people have been killed. People are, you know, people are, I mean, so much people are going through, and these people need help, not only in Cameroon, in different parts of the world. So this could be an opportunity, or this is an opportunity that something extra will come in where you can reach out to those who really need that help out there.
All right. So are you guaranteeing people that someone joins on passive now, they are able to take care of themselves and still be able to take care of like the suffering people back home and things like that? Is that their guarantee? Yeah.
One thing to note is that is when on-passive rolls out. For now, on-passive is still in pre-launch. So nobody's making money in on-passive as we speak. On-passive has been in pre-launch since 2018. Those who came in 2018 and those who came in just today, they are like the same. They are on the same level. Nobody's making money in on-passive as we speak. But we know things are heating up. We know, sooner than later, things will go public and then we can start talking about money. But potential is there. We know it is huge. I've been a founder with on-passive since February 2020. So I've been in for 1 year. I've been in for 1 year and I have seen the progress being made. I see the potential of what this thing carries. And yes, if you come into on-passive, I'm not saying you come into on-passive, you register as a co-founder now, and then you throw your job. No, you should not throw your job. You still have to survive till when on-passive launches, right? Yes. So
yeah, I understood you just as I understood my prince, because he has equally not thrown his job. You have not thrown yours because you are still going, you are still climbing. My prince is still planning. Maybe at some point to go into real estate. That's a sweet thing. Maybe we're going to partner at some point because I love doing that too.
I love real estate. I think
so the sweet thing here is that we are here as a family to talk to our family members out there. So listening to my prince and listening to you, there is everything you can get from network marketing or from digital business. Yeah, more than you will get from any other traditional things that we've been seeing before, given that we now live in a digital world and a lot of things have changed. So that is the message you are sending out to our people that they should know. Yes.
Yeah, let me just say this. I think in Cameroon, where we all come from, Africa as a whole, a lot of people do not want to listen about anything digital. They don't want to, they want to see it. If I can't see it, I'm not going for it. They want to see it. And I think that is ignorance. True. A lot of them have suffered, from some funny programs that came up and then swindled their money. A lot of them have been burned. A lot of them have heard stories of people who have been burned. But the truth is, like Mr. Charles also always says, successful people look at every opportunity that comes their way. At least look at it. Then you can make an informed decision. If you are that type where you just don't want to listen to it, I'm afraid you have a problem. I'm afraid you will just remain in one circle. Yeah. At least look at it, take a look at it. If someone presents an opportunity to you, at least take a look at it, and then you can make an informed decision.
I think what you are saying, it actually aligns with something I heard my prince again say the other day. He says, many people are still very ignorant about the digital world. And he says, I'm quoting him right now, paraphrasing, but that was what he meant, that whether you like it or not, if you don't know it now, know that even in the next 50 years, you will still become part of it, because that is the century in which we find ourselves now.
Exactly.
So that said, my prince, I am coming back to you. You say a good brother, or if as a good brother, a friend, when you see such an opportunity, you should tell it to people. And so how much have you been trying to share your opportunity to people and educate them as much? Because it goes with patience, it goes with talking and insisting and so on. How much effort are you putting, or maybe use this opportunity to encourage and tell your people more about this, how you can succeed in the digital world?
Yeah, there's a lot of need. There's some people who believe that internet money is bad money. It's really difficult to penetrate, especially those who did not really, even at times you find it difficult talking to people who even went to school in this same era, because look at the same people that sat in my own department, the same people we studied together, wore coat and tie under hot sun with nothing to carry home. The same people who come and sit in the department waiting to mark a script for 100 francs and wait for the whole year without you being paid. They'll sit and say that this one he is into scam, or is using, I believe that when they talk about money rituals, That is when you start killing people to make money.
You know what, my prince, one second, I want to understand this. And I'm just happy that you are an IT engineer. You need to intervene in order to help him to add your voice to what he has been saying already, to make more clarifications. So what class of people? Is it like a normal person on the street, or is it grandma in the village who says, because grandma will not understand the magic that you just sit here and touch the laptop and money enters your pocket? So is it, what class, what level, what people, or is it like circles of friends or so? Because I know that you have said it. People doubt you these days. Your people who are struggling like you, they're like, what? This is witchcraft money. This is kind of so on and so forth. So let's know more about that, because Nji has to chip in. This is a very serious issue. It is, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, it's very unfortunate that these master students and some are already in their PhD program. They will sit and talk all this rubbish because, like they say, the school or the classroom cannot give you knowledge about money because that is not what is being taught there. What they teach in school, you go and learn the geography and go out there, maybe go to Ecole Normale and become a teacher. You don't know anything about money. That's why when you see people making money, our parents mystify money. A rich man, if a child goes and maybe get into a scam or into something that did not work, they will encourage him to try again. But our parents will tell you that, you see, if you try again, I'm here today. It's not like I started today. I lost money before.
Right.
If I'd given up, I will not be where I am, because from every failure, there are lessons to learn. I always call it school fees. I paid school fees to be able to get what I'm doing now. I do verification behind a lot of companies before I get into, though it's not 100% sure. But these people will sit on campus and think correcting script, doing lectures, and asking the students to pay for extra fees it cannot put food on your table because people were there before you and they left. You cannot take it as a regular job. So I see like frustration on campus. All of us have gone through it. So, but when you hear someone who has gone to school talking about internet money to be witchcraft money, that is when I look at it as if you went to school and school didn't go through you.
All right. Okay, I think my prince, I can't stop giggling. So I just want you to hold it there now for now. So Nji, you want to set in. You are an IT engineer. And my prince says, people tell him internet money is witchcraft money. Can you make a bit more clarifications on how the digital world functions and how people make money, digital money, or people make money through digital means and so on? Nji.
Well, I'll start by saying those who say that are ignorant, and they say ignorance is worse than illiteracy. Ignorance is worse than illiteracy. Now, if you're wondering how money is made online, just give yourself some homework to do, and you will find out. Facebook, for example, is a multi-billion-dollar company. But you go on Facebook and you just create an account and you browse every day for free. You go add friends, you chat with friends every day for free. But it is a multi-billion-dollar company. Why? Because the actual people who are giving Facebook money is not you and I. Though we buy data and somehow some money goes to Facebook, but the real money Facebook makes is from adverts. It's from adverts. Just like every other digital company out there. Like I said, the world is going digital, whether we like it or not. And this is one of the reasons why I joined OnPassive. The world is going digital, and this is a digital company. So I know going forward, the services of this company will be needed even more. So it is a company which it has a sustainable product, I should say. So it's a company that is here to stay. So it's very difficult, to introduce these things to some people. So somebody will tell you, I believe I work my money with my hands.
Right.
Those things. Like I say, it is just ignorance. It is just ignorance. again, I would just want, if I have a message for people out there, I will tell them, when an opportunity is presented to you, look at it. Do some homework about it. Ask questions. Look at those who are succeeding in the company or those who have succeeded in the company and ask questions. Don't mystify it. It's not magic. It's not magic. Yeah, it is something real. The internet is what is making people millionaires these days.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much for making that clarification. And dear friends, whoever is joining in now with me in the studio, I have G all the way from the United States of America and Prince Leslie from Cameroon. And they are here to show to us and explain to us how in a 21st century digital world, you can attain financial freedom just from the comfort of your smart gadgets. It's no longer time to spend time on your phones and your laptops, sharing pictures on Instagram. It's time to use that time and those gadgets to make yourself rich and free from poverty. So that said, I'll still go because I think my Prince, I don't know, do you have, before I go to the next question, you heard what NG is saying. So do you have any other thing to add to what he has said as a form of encouragement to our people? Because it takes patience, it takes, it takes time. There are times from me, I don't need to blame anybody because this is something we have not been used to. Other countries or other continents, they have known this before now. And so it takes time and patience, and that is why we are here. So my Prince, if you have another thing to add to what my brother has said, to what G has said, it's going to be useful to our people.
Yes, I will just do a little breakdown on these centuries, because when they change these centuries, some people don't actually know how it works. Like practically we saw in the 18th century, this was the plantation era. Millionaires were plantation owners. When we changed to the 19th century, which was the industrial era, where we have this industrial revolution, factories started popping up. Millionaires were only those who had these factories. We went to the 20th century, which was the informative age. This informative age came to prepare us for this 21st century. That is where you see people like Bill Gates started popping up, Microsoft and the other. This computer was coming to prepare us for this conceptual period, because it is gonna be digital. So it's not parazar like the Francophones say. Now, in this 21st century, even your factory cannot still make you a millionaire. That's why you see companies like Long Reach I earlier cited, people not knowing it has been existing for 36 years, if not because of the network marketing part they adopted. There's no company that was created for network. These are companies, it can be product-based, it can be service-based. But as long as you are producing or you are giving a service, people need to know. I think, for example, myself, when I joined Long Reach, it was not because I wanted to consume the product. I wanted to market. I had some people, I will market this thing to them. So it's after some time I started discovering other products that were good that I could consume. So you now see that they have people that are coming there just to market and people that are coming there to consume. But if you produce and just stay in a company, some people might never know about that product. So that is why you see that in this 21st century now, almost every company is involved in, they are trying to hold on to network marketing without calling the name, but they are doing that. So here, we have just gone 20 years into the 21st century, we still have 8 years. Okay. Within these 80 years, whether you like it or not, you follow. Look at what Corona came and did. Amazon boss Jeff Bezos popping out to be the billionaire, the first trillionaire in the world, because the traditional buying and selling given to people could not exist because people were on lockdown. You don't see what e-commerce pop up and producing a trillionaire, the first trillionaire in the world. Look at what cryptocurrency is doing. Tesla, for example. Tesla is a car we hardly even see in Africa. But if they want to talk about who produces more, we'll talk about Toyota. But look at Tesla boss, Elon Musk. He invested how much into cryptocurrency? Why is he not relying only into cars? Because he knows now he has adopted that you can pay his cars with cryptocurrency. Look at the sales this month. Go on the Wall Street and see what Tesla is doing. So these are type of things that even if you are producing and you don't want to embrace this now, at the end of the day, you will embrace. We've seen artists commenting that people should pay their concert in cryptocurrency because they know what it means. If I have cryptocurrency here and I don't want to touch me physical cash, you need a service and I cannot pay you with cash because I don't have cash. You need to develop a means of taking that cryptocurrency so that I don't leave anything out. That's why you now see companies are struggling to embrace. Even banks like Barclays in the UK has just adopted this thing. Visa is adopting cryptocurrency because they know that they cannot do without. Because this era is that conceptual and it's digitalized. So you cannot fight it.
All right.
So we just have to join. I'm urging all of those who are listening now. Take this baby step. Try to see how you can get in. Even you must not get in fully into, but start getting the knowledge. Knowledge is never wasted. Go and read about it. Yeah.
Knowledge is power. Thank you. Nji, it's like you want to say something.
Yes, I have just to support what Chris is saying about cryptocurrency. I have an experience I want to share. I don't like sharing it because it drives me crazy. So this is my experience. Sometime in 2018 or thereabout, Bitcoin dropped to about 3,800 per coin.
Yes, 3,000. Yeah.
Believe me, I had 4 Bitcoins at that time.
You sold them.
I each time I think about this, I feel like weeping because someone actually advised me.
Oh my!
That's the truth about it.
You sold all of them.
If I kept those coins till date, it will be worth over $200,000.
Right.
So each time I think about that, I'm like, I miss that. I'm not going to miss any other opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we learn every day. This is so interesting. I'm just eager to jump in because I'm finally giving back to you to take over, because a summary of what the prince said, which you just confirmed, is that we need to be dynamic. We need to be volatile. It is not because I am a mathematics student at the PhD or what the prince is doing that I don't have to look left or right. If you are trying here, you see that it's not working or it's not working that fast, check left, check right, check next door. And secondly, ask, bro, how are you doing this? What are you doing? Because I can see that your life is changing. So tell me your secret. Am I right, Nji?
Yeah.
Exactly. So,
exactly.
Yeah. So that's just way to go. And I think that I know that it's sad, but you let go those dollars, man. You are going to pay for it very dearly. Anyway, so do you think, let me use this opportunity to make you, because you are so passionate about your Unpassive that you want to tell us more. Do you think that at some point you are going to be consoled by Unpassive upon launch with the loss of your your coins too? Let me call it loss, even though you made some little change though.
Yeah, I very much think so. You know, when I learned about Unpassive, let me use this opportunity to tell you how I got into Unpassive. Okay. Yeah. That was February last year, 2020. I was at a wake service in Beltsville, and thank God, before then, I think like 2 months before that time, I knew Mr. Charles Olson. So he had my contact, I had his contact. So that evening I was just going through my WhatsApp status, and Mr. Charles Olson posted something about an AI company. The moment I read it, something told me to go for it. My instinct told me to go for it. It doesn't happen that way all the time. So I sent him a text like, boss, will you advise me to get into this? And his exact words, he said, you should get in like yesterday.
Right.
So I told him, okay, I'm at the wake service. I'll call you tomorrow. We talk about it. The next morning I called him, and I didn't know anything about it. To be honest, I didn't know anything about it at that point, but something told me just go for it, and I decided to go for it. So I called him, and he said, all you need to do is $97. I said, really? He said, yes. Then he said, okay, I have your email. I'll send you a link. I said, fine, send me a link. He sent me the link. I registered. After I registered, before I started, trying to understand what it is, and then a couple of weeks after, he started the webinars, and that's when I got to know really what Unpassive is all about. But before I got into Unpassive, I didn't know anything about it. Now, why did I get in? First, I learned about it from Mr. Charles. That is someone with over 20 years IT experience. So I thought, no, if this man is an IT guru, he's worked across almost all IT fields. If he's into this, then I think he understands it better than I do. That's the first thing. Secondly, it's just $97. I would just consider it a meal or a lunch for two. So yeah. Thirdly, you do not have to recruit people to succeed in the company. Thirdly, and most importantly, because if it's about recruiting, I am not a good orator. I know myself, to be honest. I'm not a good orator. I'm not sure I can pull the crowd out there, you know. And then the last thing is, I looked into what the company is doing. I looked into their services, and I thought, okay, these are digital services. The world is going digital, whether we like it or not. And believe me, that was even before then. We were just hearing about Corona in China, 1 or 2 cases in the US. That was even before we went to the thing really hit the US and lockdown and all that. But I saw it coming. I saw like this thing is going to, you know, this thing is going to be something for the future. So that's the reason why I got into OnPassive. Yeah.
Wow, this sounds interesting. I'm just hoping that whoever is watching us now, please, if you can, share with friends, share with family, because we have taken time out of our tight schedules to be here today just to explain to you all and to our people that nowadays we are in the 21st century, which happens to be a digital world, and there is no way we can escape it. And the good news here is that you can attain financial and even time freedom just from the comfort of your smart gadget, thanks to digital businesses and all of those. And so we are getting very useful information from our 2 brothers in the studio, Nji and Prince Leslie. And so stay tuned, share to friends, and make sure that if you have any question, just drop it on the comment section. Or at the end of this, I did not ask, but if our brothers accept that they want to answer 1 or 2 questions, why not? We can let the phone lines, we can open the phone lines for 1 or 2 questions before we finally close. But now at this point, I have another question, which this is a very serious one. So my Prince, let me come back to you because you've been quiet for a few seconds now. Would you encourage someone who has some savings of about, in case of Cameroon where you are now, they have worked hard to save about 200, 300,000 francs in a bank. Would you encourage them to withdraw this money and invest in interest or in any form of network marketing, my Prince?
Yes, like I said, you see a lot of Cameroonians, most of them are not investing because they don't have this money. Because you go to bars and see what they do, you go and see the way they utilize this money. Because I've seen that in Cameroon now, you actually order for a drink online. You order for seats, to take 4 seats in a snack bar in Yaoundé, you go online and you order before you get that. That a form of reservation.
Really?
People have this time to go online and reserve seats to go. And when you get into this snack, they have a tray like that has about 25 Heineken in it. You must pay all before you can take 4 seats, whether you want to drink or not. This is how Cameroonians become so addicted to drinking, because you are forced to drink all of this because you bought it and you pay before you occupy these 4 seats. I just saw this one. A friend invited me for a birthday, though I don't drink beer. I hardly go to those places, so I didn't know. When I got in, that is what I saw. They said that is a normal routine. So if you have this type of money to spend on drinks, why not starve yourself for a month and register online, consider that I've thrown that money.
Right.
And starve myself for a week or 2 that I'm not drinking. So it's not like they're taking their hard-earned money. These people have this money. Because the wife is complaining you are not giving enough money for food at home. What are you doing with that money? So I will advise anyone to try anything. Because not trying, the risk, the part of it is that you sit and you don't even try. Take the risk at times. I always say that these companies are not owned by us. Right. But as long as others are making money, why not you? Why would you always think that your own is different? If I was waiting for a job, I will not be sitting in an office of my own. Because on campus, even with what I was doing, you just go to the department, collect maps, go to the classroom, finish, and you go home because you don't have an office. So now you have a place to relax for yourself. So if that thing is working for me, it can also work for you, as long as the system is open. So I'm very open. I receive people here every day. I come here since morning, I've been receiving, and most of the people, the worst thing is that 98% of my downlines are foreigners, people who do not even know me. I just received our $5,000 from one guy in Nigeria who doesn't know me. He just watched my interview I did with my media prime and say, I want to join. I said, how? I don't know how you will start in Nigeria. I don't know who knows the business in Nigeria. I say, my brother, if you are on TV, it means I trust you, because putting the money into the system is still risk, and giving to you is still risk. It's better to just take the risk. He sends me the money. I did the account. Later, I trained him. Now he's the one registering people in Nigeria. So you just have to take this risk.
Wow.
So that's all I can tell.
I'm just happy because you took a question off my mind. I was waiting for you to talk so that I ask whether you are open to people, but you explained it even more than how much I needed, which is very important. So on your part, Nji, would you advise someone to withdraw their last hard-earned savings from the bank to get themselves a position in on passive, and why?
You know, I was talking to a friend, I think 2 days back, and I told her, she's in Cameroon. So I told her $97, or if you have to pay using a credit card, there's a $5 credit card fee. So that amounts to 102. Yeah. So $102 is, let's say, 60,000 CFA. How many times have you spent 60,000 that you can't even account for? I asked her that question. Why not put this somewhere that you think? And one thing about on-passive is it is risk-free, I should say, risk-free, in the sense that if you register with on-passive today, 2 weeks, 2 months, 3 months down the road, you think it's not good enough, you think it is not what you want, you just go to your back office, write to support and request for reform. You get refunded. Nothing beats that. That is how good it is. So I tell them it is risk-free. So why not give it a try?
All right.
Yeah, honestly, I have talked to a good number of people. Some have come in, some haven't, but at least I am satisfied I have reached out to them. Tomorrow, nobody would say, hey, bro, you saw this and you didn't tell me. Yeah. So what I tell them is give it a go. Like Prince said, if you do not try, you will not win.
Yeah.
If you do not try, you will not win. And again, with on-passive, it is like 100% risk-free, because your money can be refunded at any time you want it back. If you think the company is not good enough, if you think this is not where you want to be. Yeah. Wow. So yeah, that is the beauty of on-passive.
It's so sad that the very, Prince, you have just made me like, I'm thinking a lot of things just the moment you started speaking, because one thing, the same people or from the same country where people think that internet money is witchcraft money and things like that, these same people use this internet to actually like drink their money to death. The money that they don't actually have, because I've never known about these kind of services. One thing in this Western world is that before you see even someone spend this kind of money, I spent about 12 years with American military families. So averagely, you could say they make good money. That was when I learned how to be wise with money, because, they'll say, I don't know why I should go and spend 10,000 or say $10,000 to buy something that I can get from the secondhand shop for $2,000. But back home, you can't invest time to find out about digital money making and so on. But you have that same time to invest in researching and knowing how to spend and waste money digitally. It's a bit hard. It's ridiculous. And if people are watching us, please comment. Let's know what you think about this. We need some advice. Just share your own opinion. Share what you have been going through. Share your experience. Share what you do digitally. We just need to help ourselves, because, like my friends opened it and explained it, let's know that our age, our period is 100 years. We have gone just 20 years, and we have 80 more years to go, we of this century. So whether we like it or not, it's a digital world. So how are you using your digital world? How have you been using it before now? And after this show, Are you going to change? And so on. This is very, very, very important. So apart from that, you are also giving that assurance with on passive. You can equally tell somebody, empty your pockets, take out everything you have and put it here, because it is going to change your life dramatically. Just like my prince would say, starve yourself of your drinks and all of those things that you do out there for 1, 2, 3 months and get yourself something to do. I think that it's rather unfortunate. Why did this person in Nigeria send money? Because he saw something in what you are doing. And all we can do is come sit here and talk to people. It's still early morning in the US, where you have to stop any other thing to sit here. It is not for nothing. So that said, I have this one now for both of you. My prince, if you were to be given an opportunity, or if you were to invite, Nji is here, he's a founding member of OnPassive, and he has explained as much as he can about OnPassive for us. If Nji now is, before leaving here, Nji is inviting you to join, to become a founding member of OnPassive, would you go for it? After listening to him, or are there some things you think you want to understand also? Why not?
Well, like I said, it's good to diversify. I touch virtually everything.
Right.
Because I don't know which one. Like he talked about his experience with Bitcoin. I remember when I was telling people in March when it dropped to 3,500, buy.
Right.
Nobody. I bought a little, and very soon we're going to see the result of that little I bought, because I did something mightily with it. So I like putting my hands in everything. Right. Someone told me about Bitcoin when it was less than $1. I said that internet thing. That's why when people tell me that your internet thing, I understand, because I said it in 2010 that I don't want to hear that thing. I don't have a smartphone, you're telling me. Then it was because we did not have most of the gadgets we have now. Right. So my problem is now I'm complaining now because someone will have a smartphone of 100,000 and yet you're not making money with it. So to me, it's somehow then we did not have. So I like putting myself into so many other things, as long as there are things I need to verify before I do so. We are going to talk in the background, and I'm going to do some verifications because I have a phobia for businesses that have not been launched.
Right.
I went to Magellan, it's gone. I went to Crypto Invest, it's gone. I went to about 5. Where's this box coin, this, that. So most of these businesses that have not been launched, yeah, I'm afraid of them, because when you put money, looking at what he's saying, this one is not much. I remember people putting about 5-10 million into a business that has not been launched and it went. But with this one, you can try, because the amount they're saying is something you can stand there and you spend at a blue. So I don't really see a problem with me joining that one now. I can only advise people not to join when they're talking about very huge sums, because you don't know, especially when it comes to these small cryptocurrencies that have been created. Most of them were coins, Bitcoins, and the other ones, they're still struggling to survive. One more of these things that someone just sit and create. At times, it doesn't even get to the market. But with this one, when you look at what they're asking people to buy, I think it's good, because it's not that much. It's just something to secure a place. By the time it is launched, you will see that maybe getting just what you invested will not be a problem.
Exactly.
So I'm afraid of businesses that have not been launched when it comes to huge sums. With this one, I think we're still gonna see how he can convince me.
So we're going to wrap, right? Okay, Angie, you cannot let this go, right? My prince, we are not 3 of us here. We are just 3 of us in the studio, but we are addressing the whole world. So our brother here, Angie, Prince has a problem in that he has a phobia for pre-launched companies. And you are so sure of OnPassive that you have been in it since 2020. It's about a year now. And you are so confident. And you are already assuring us that upon launch, you are going to quit your job. Can you explain more and give more reason and guarantee people why they should still join OnPassive, even though it's pre-launch, and give them the reason why you think it's going to be a success?
Well, like I said, I've been in OnPassive for over a year now. I've been a co-founder for over a year now, and I have seen the progress the company has made since when I joined to till date. Okay, this company, what is happening now is the company is launching its products internally. You know, like we had O Academy, we had O Trim, we had O Bless already. These are some of the products the company has. So these companies are ready to go already, but now they just launched it amongst the founders so that we can see how it looks like. If you actually go to your back office, you have your O Trim link, you have your O Bless link, you have your O Academy link.
Right.
You know, so it is not something that we are still like imagining. It is something that we are already seeing. That is why I don't have a problem to tell someone that when I'm talking to anybody, I tell them I have been in long enough to be confident enough to tell you, you will not regret it.
All right.
Yeah. So it is not something we are still imagining. We are already seeing this product, and this week we will have more products that will be launched. Each time the CEO comes on from now hence, we know there is one product is ready, and each time a product is ready, we have the staff in Hyderabad, India. They come on board the webinar. They walk us through how the product functions or how the cities functions. So it is something we are seeing already. It is not something we are imagining. It is something we are seeing already. So I don't have a problem telling anyone. And again, the beauty of it is you can get back that money you register at any time you want to. So you really don't stand to lose anything. You really don't stand to lose anything. On Passive have over 600,000 founders as we speak.
Okay.
I tell myself,
600,000 active founders.
If this 600,000 people are stupid, let me be counted among the stupid. Okay. Yeah, that's what I tell myself.
So yeah, thank you. I will use this opportunity to call on friends. We are just here to share information among ourselves like families, because we have realized that people are still very ignorant about the digital world and digital business. Have you traded, or are you an interest trader? Share your experience and give reason why you want somebody to join and how to go about it, and share your success stories like my prince is doing here. If you are an unpassive Go founder, share your story, share your experience, and give reason why someone to join. Are you an IT engineer? Tell us why digital money is not witchcraft money. I'm supposed to be weeping, but I can't weep here, so I can only smile over it, you know. So share as much information as you can on the comment section, because this is information, useful information for our people. So share your information, share your experience, and bless someone. That is the reason for which we are here. And my prince, I must comment that at this point too, though, I know that I am not part of the panel somehow, but I want to use this opportunity for the benefit of our people who want to help to say, I am equally a founding member of Unpassive, and there is this assurance about it, you know, and then I happen to I happen to be on both platforms, so I know how both of them work and so on and all of those things. But meanwhile, I will let my brother Nji go a bit make an in-depth description of one or two of our products, because when you talk about products, when we talk about services, those are some different, those are some things that like make people not to understand. Just pick one or two. You talked about Obless, you talked about Academy, you talked about social media or so. If you could explain one, how it functions and how they are going to make this money, just to make people comfortable. My prince has given enough good detailed information. You just want to add to that because we want our people moving with time.
Okay, let's talk about Academy. That is an e-learning platform. That is something that is giving an opportunity for someone back in Cameroon, my country, to get lessons from a professor here in the USA. All that needs to be done is for now, if you want to benefit from how Academy helps reach out to those people is, if I am a student, I'm looking for some courses online. Now there's a professor who have put these courses on Academy. That gives me the opportunity, me living in Cameroon, that gives me the opportunity to take courses from this professor in the US that I don't have the opportunity to be in the US to take these courses. It is an e-learning platform. It is massive. They also have OConnect, which is a video conferencing platform like Zoom we are on now. Yeah. COVID-19 has made video conferencing something that is out of the world these days. Zoom has made over $3 billion of profit since the outbreak of COVID-19. So just like we are on Zoom, OnPassive has its own video conferencing platform, yeah, which is way better than Zoom, I should say. Way better than Zoom. Those who have been using Zoom for a while, they know the problems that comes with Zoom and all that. OnPassive have looked into all that and they have corrected that every step of the way. It has I think with Zoom, I don't know if the maximum is 10,000 participants. OnPassive have way beyond that, and at a cheaper rate. We can look at VPN. VPN is a virtual private network. Now with COVID-19, companies have their staff work from home. These companies have to have a secure network that people out there cannot get into their system and steal some information and all that. They have to have a secure network to link their staff from home and their office and all that. OnPassive have a virtual private network. They have a search engine optimization, like what Google is doing. You go to Google, Google is like it's like a verb these days. You ask something and they say, just Google. So OnPassive have its own search engine optimization platform. So those are just a few of the things OnPassive. Like I said, they have over 30 products, over 30.
Right. And if you listened to my prince, to the question whether he would like to join OnPassive, given that he is already doing well on Antares, his answer was yes. I try everything. I put my hands on everything. And to be honest, my prince, what interests me more is not your success, not that it's not important to me, but where you have failed. Because you are just making it today because you made it and failed, and then ask yourself, why did I fail? And then you went again. If you don't fail, you cannot have a story to tell. And I'm just like, I appreciate the fact that you try here, you failed this, and then you try the other one until you hit the right one. And so that's why we're presenting everything here. So that said, G, I am picking on you again. Would you join Antares if my prince were to invite you now? If you are not yet on trading on Antares and my prince says, I want you to join my team and things like that, would you like to join?
Like I said earlier, successful people look at every opportunity that comes their way.
Right.
So if my prince invites me, we'll take another look at it and then I'll make an informed decision.
Exactly. I think it's all about.
I will not just say, hey, no, I don't want to listen. No, I will look at it just like I look at every other thing that comes my way.
Exactly. I think I like your positions, both of you, because you don't say no harm in trying. And if you don't try, like Nigerians say, who no go, no, right? So if you don't go there, you will not know. And if you don't try and fail, you will not know how to do even better. We are doing better and taking informed decisions and take good decisions and so on, because we have tried other things and we have failed. And so I think it's an encouragement for everybody. Go for whatever position or opportunity that is presented to you, especially by a brother. Even if they don't come to you, ask, what are you doing that's making you look different these days? You live, your lifestyle has just changed. Do not quickly draw conclusions, because remember, time is moving. Time is not standing on one spot. So if you stand here while time is moving, you'll be left behind. It's rather you ask questions, and then you share what you know, what you are doing, because people have to move with time. And gone are those days where we spend time on Facebook posting pictures and on Instagram and TikTok and so on. So let's take wise decisions and see what the future holds for us. The remaining 80 years that we still have to live by the grace of God. So that said, we are gradually approaching the end of this the show. But before we close, I'll leave it open again, and I'll pick on you this time around, my prince. Is there any particular thing, or is there any other thing, that any useful information you would still like to share with our people out there before we close, please?
Okay, before I go to that, there is a question here. As Mr. Nji was talking, I was scanning through some of the comments we have here.
Right.
And there's a question there. He's a co-founder too with OnPassive. He's asking, if I may rephrase, when will OnPassive be launched? I'm sure that he's not in possession of his phone, so he should be looking at ways to answer this, because there's a question in the comment section like that.
Okay, there's a question, when will OnPassive be launched?
Yes.
All right.
Someone has just posted that question there in the comment section.
So that question goes to Nji then. So do you want to go first, or do you two decide? Do you want to go first, or you would like him to answer the question first?
He can answer the question then.
All right. Thank you. So Nji, over to you. When will OnPassive be launched?
When will OnPassive be launched? Soon. Now, I want to assume that person is not an active founder. Active, not in the sense of recruiting people, acting in the sense of participating in webinars. Because though we say you come on board and you just be passive, at least make an effort to come onto the webinars. When there's a corporate webinar with the CEO, make an effort to join the webinar. Then you will understand where OnPassive is heading. So I will say, like I said, OnPassive have started launching its products among the founders. So that tells you we are on path to launch. There is no fixed date yet, to be honest. If there is, the CEO will have made us know. And one thing to understand is this company is building its products from scratch. Digital services do not work like, okay, you want to build a house, you call a contractor, he tells you, or you call a builder, he thinks, okay, I can build 100 blocks every day. So this house will take 4,000 blocks. So in this number of days, I will be done building this house. No, that is not how digital services work. Your engineers can tell you, okay, we won't be done with this in a month. But on the 28th day, they realized there was something lacking. On the 3rd day, believe me, they have to go back there and start building all along. So that is the difference between building digital services and building this physical, I should say physical stuff. Yeah, so what is important here is that we see how these products, those that have been ready, have been rolled out to us. We can see them. If anybody doubts that, I can just, open my my bike office. I go to Academy, I go to Train and all that. You see, those services are already ready. So they have already started being rolled out to us. So it will take some time for everything to be done. And we don't know yet if everything will be done before the company launches to the public. That is what we don't know. But I think the CEO, he has something in mind. He maybe have, okay, I want us to get to this level before we go public. So but what is important is we are on a good path, we are on a good footing, and we will get there. All
right. Okay, I think, my prince, while I hand over to you, there's something you equally said that people need to research, because there's this familiar saying, it's very, a thing that is unpopular, but then we hear this every day. People say, if you want to hide something from an African, write it in a book. this is just going to because earlier on you said before doing anything, you try to do some research, you read, you find out why, how, and so on. That's you, my prince. And I think that Nji means the same thing when he says people need to be informed. So that is something about us. Knowledge is power. Because when we don't get informed, we speak and we speak somewhere in public, they will think that you are stupid when you don't get yourself informed and updated. So I think that both of you are saying the same thing. So that's set now. We will really actually give you time to go back to what you wanted to say before now. So over to you, my prince.
Okay. I believe that it's actually Mr. Egbe Soni. He's the one who asked that question. I hope he's still listening. Yes. And he got maybe the response from Mr. Nji. If I may give a little remark to it before, because I may be joining soon, and these are some of the things I've learned from here, so I will just start I will start my research from what I did not get here in this interview.
But one thing, talk you through.
Yes, one thing that I've seen already, because most of the times I see that a lot of things are failing today, especially in marriages. They don't do like our parents used to do, because people tend to look only at the good side. They forget that the bad side might just be 1% and you cannot stand it. So at the end of the day, you will not be able to stand a violent man who treats you very well, gives you everything, but he can kill you the day he gets angry. So people should start looking at the negative side of it. So the remark I'm going to give now is a negative side of unpassive that I've already seen, that communication is not actually flowing. Normally, you need to tell these people that this thing, I'm thinking, because you see, when I talk about Antaras, it's not the only thing I do. When I talk about Antaras most, is because they are very transparent. At the end of every month, they give the monthly report of everything they got and how it was distributed. So when you do that, there's some kind of transparency. You lure people to do more. When you want to network, you open your back office, you are clear. When you tell someone that this thing is like this, see, this is what they made this month. This is the commission I got from. It's some kind of clear. I've been into companies where communication was a problem. I've seen that before. So maybe Unpassive should look at ways to tell its clients that, see, this thing is like this. We envisage that we'll do it in 10 months. We'll do it in another 1 year. So that people, when you're talking to someone, you will also be precise that this thing will be like this, because people want to see results. Someone will put money like that. They want to know that this thing, I'll start making money from here. So what I want to tell some of my brothers and sisters back home here, because normally some people think that because I have a job, I cannot do other things. I want to stay there today. So many people, they don't know what I do. I have 3 jobs. I do 3 jobs. Apart from the office I do here. I've been recruited in Camtel with a master's degree. That's the highest level Cameroon can ever take. So when you see some of those people, it's just that we quantify, we see it as very meager, because what we get monthly from the digital space is far better than what we get from this job. That's what we're telling people. It doesn't make you don't stop your job from doing this. Your salary is actually a seed. Because if you take this salary, you come and you pay debt, you do other stuff, you wait for next month, you will never be financially independent. That's why salary earners will remain there. You start borrowing by the time you come and you pay all. Look at typically here in Yaoundé, you see cars, when salaries are out, you see cars. As from the 15, you see only taxes. Everybody goes back to taxes because they have spent all. So for you to come out of this, when you take this salary, you need to sow it. You need to plant it into something. There is a difference between riches, being rich and being wealthy. You might be rich today and you're poor tomorrow, but a wealthy man will never be poor, because a wealthy man doesn't look at what the salary gives. He lives on leverages. He has so many other sources. If your salary can be a seed, it means that you go throughout the year without touching anything from it. You are actually eating what that salary is giving you back. At the end of the year, if your salary is 10 million, you have that 10 million still turning somewhere. That's how you can attain financial independence. But when you rely just on that salary, you come and begin to, so you remain poor. So I'm just telling these people that when we come and talk, it's not because we're jobless. We have jobs. But we want to do other things because we want to pull as many streams of incomes that we can have to be able to leverage on these things. If you're working in a ministry, because in Cameroon it's either concours or you have someone in the ministry that can link you. By the time you have that job, they give you 300,000, your house rent is 100,000, you need to feed, you are alone. By the time the wife comes in and the child comes, you're already straining that amount, is no longer enough. You begin to owe rent, they'll come and shout, your kids are listening to landlord insulting you. It's not the best. So I'm just advising them to get into other things, take this money and drop into other things, live on the leverages so that you can build your house as fast as possible and live rent. You cannot raise a child in a house of rent, face me and face you. The other neighbor is celibate, you are married, is doing things that your kids should not see. So that is why you see a lot of wayward kids here in Cameroon because of the neighborhood where we raise our kids. Where you grew up should not be where you raise your kids. We come from very poor backgrounds, but we don't want to remain in that abject poverty to raise our own kids in that type of environment. Wow. Thank you very much. I think that's good.
This is big, my prince. That was like, wow, you know, that's the wisdom in a prince. I'm just like, it's so good because he gives practical examples and it's so sweet how he puts it. I can't stop giggling. I just appreciate that so much. And please, nobody is here to flaunt word to show that I'm a rich person or so. We are just here to say, you can do what my prince is doing. You can do what G is doing. And you know, there's going to be a lot of talking. My prince is not free. I am moderating this show. I can't say much, but he's not done with me until I get what I want him to do. You know, so there's a lot of stuff. You know, there are times, you know, we're so I don't want to go deep into this because it's not my place here to say this much, but I really appreciate how you put it, and I hope that somebody makes sense out of this. And so that we change our lives, we move together with time, and then things will be different. Sonji, before you even give a closing remark, there is a challenge. My prince says there is lack of communication with OnPassive because people are unable to know exactly when they are going to launch. You will not leave without making a clarification here. So, Oya.
Yeah, thanks for asking that. I had to, you know, talk about that even if you didn't ask. So, if what Prince is talking, if the communication issue Prince is talking about is because there is no fixed date for launch, then I differ with that a lot. Okay, like I said earlier, being passive doesn't mean you get yourself the founding position and then you just disappear. At least come on board webinars. We have our OnPassive Global webinar with our group. All the like we have webinars like 4 or 5 times a week. We have webinars for, you know, founders only. We have a few guest webinars and all that. These webinars actually educate founders on what the company is all about, where we are and where we are heading to. When you come on to corporate webinars with the CEO, then you will understand even better. So those who are complaining, a lot of people are complaining, no doubt, but it's this because they are not coming on board. I mean, you don't expect the company to send emails out to every founder every week and say, okay, we are here, we are getting here. No, that's why we have those webinars. Come on board those webinars and you will understand better. This is a company that have its own 5-story building in Hyderabad, India. Yeah,
that's one here.
Thank you. Thank you. I actually had one. I just changed my background before coming up to this call. So when you come on to these webinars, the CEO walks us through that building. We saw it from when they just acquired that building to when they started doing the maintenance work, brandishing the building to OnPassive logo everywhere. All the 5 floors, we know this floor is for this floor is for this floor is for this. If you come onto this webinar, if you do not come on, you will not know these things. But when you attend these webinars, you will get to understand these things. When you attend these webinars, you will get to understand, okay, last week, the technicians were working on this. This happened last week. We had this issue or that issue with the legal team because we were trying to fix this and fix that. You get yourself informed. And if you come onto these webinars, I bet you those who come onto these webinars all the time, they don't ask these questions. Yeah. So if talking about communication, I really don't think communication is a problem. Those who think communication is a problem are those who do not attend these webinars. So my encouragement to everyone is attend these webinars, get yourself informed, and you will see the vision of OnPassive. You will see where OnPassive is heading to. And you will be glad you're part of OnPassive.
So that said, it means people who attend meetings, are you talking here about guest webinars or corporate webinars or what? Because people who are like registered members, some of the person like Mr. Egbe, he said he's a registered member and he doesn't have information. So do you have types of webinars and so on and how? So maybe give a bit more information about your webinars.
Yes, we have a few guest webinars, but the most importantly, I'm talking about the corporate webinars. The guest webinars is just to introduce a company to you, tell you what the company is all about. But the corporate webinars are actually the webinars that walk you through how far we have gone, walk you through what we are expecting in the days ahead. So I'm actually talking about the corporate webinars. Come on board the corporate. Each time there's a corporate webinar, a communique is sent to every founder's email. And then you can just go to your back office. You go to your back office, you click on webinars, you click on upcoming webinars. If there's a corporate webinar, you will have it there with the link, the date, the time, the link, and all that. You just make sure you set your alarm, and at that time, you join the webinar.
Okay, so that said, now what do you have as a final word? Is there anything you would still like to tell our people before we finally call it?
Well, it will just be what I've been saying all along.
Yeah.
Do not give a deaf ear when someone comes talking to you about these things. Internet money is real money. It's not witchcraft money. It is real money. And like Prince said earlier in the show, the millionaires of today are those who have online businesses. He talked about Jeff Bezos, the Amazon guy. Talk about Mark Zuckerberg, and a lot of them. He talked about what's this? Elon Musk. These are all people who are doing something on the digital space. So don't give a deaf ear. Listen to it, and then you make your decision. I'm not saying you should join everything that comes your way. No, just listen to it. Make an informed decision. If you can't decide for yourself, look for someone you trust. And then if you don't understand it, you can look for someone who understands that thing better, and then ask the person to make a decision for you. You know, don't just give a deaf ear to it. Get to listen to these things. Get to know these things. Do a homework each time something comes your way. Do some homework about it, and then get yourself something to do. And again, like Prince said, do not rely on your salary. I said earlier, I talked to someone, a friend actually, and he told me I should quote him in pidgin. I like for one more money in my hand.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know how to proceed. If someone tells me that, I'm just like, oh, your ignorance is out of this world. You know, don't be that ignorant. Get yourself informed. Get yourself informed, and you will understand. Actually, there is money to be made online. A lot of it. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you, Prince Angie. And I think that we all started like a joke, but here we are, and I feel like I feel so satisfied. I don't know what about people who are watching. If you have been watching us, please kindly let us know how it feels, what you have got from our brothers here today. And we think that we should make these outings on a regular basis because we need to talk to ourselves. There is so much that some people know that others need to know. And not until everybody knows, everybody will never be the same, will never feel, you know, it feels good. You know, Prince is like Prince, like yourself, like me too, I'm counting myself, just that I'm really out of place. I'm moderating the show. We are working on our way up. And if you listen to some of the people we talk to, like Dr. Bill Williams, he says, life at the top can be really boring. So if we are here today, it's because I don't want to be at the top on my own and live such a boring life. That's why I have to hold the hand of a brother, of a sister, and of a friend. So please jump into every opportunity. Ask questions. I don't think that is for nothing. My prince put himself out there on TV and somebody calls him from Nigeria. People call from all over the place. Myself, people call me, somebody has called me from Namibia. People have called me from all over Africa, because they watch you on the social media, they hear what you say and say, tell me. But then you are here, you are my brother, you are my sister, and so on, and my best friend. But you don't listen, or you don't try to give an attention to say, what exactly is this thing you are saying? So it's about talking to ourselves, sharing what we know, and then helping one another. And before I leave, I appreciate you all that have been watching. Kindly share with friends, because this is not information to keep to ourselves. And I will be leaving you with this with this quotation from Warren Buffett, who says, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. And that way of making money while you sleep doesn't take much. It takes just this. My priest said with $100, you can find yourself a position with the binary position. She says just with $102, that's 97 plus $5 admin fee, you can get yourself a founding position on passive, which is going to transform your life forever. So if you don't know more about it, ask questions. Get the information, and take an informed decision. That is what is going to take us places. There's no need to complain. And once again, please, internet money is not witchcraft money. So thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your time, Prince and G. And I hope that we'll find time to be here again. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right, bye.
Bye.